The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored from downtown Houston. Tonight we're focusing on black-owned businesses. Now, if you've lived a day in your life in a black community, you've probably heard the term support black businesses. But there's now a speaker on social media who's spreading the word saying, look, this may be a hustle by black people. Let's take a listen.
Either you got a good business or you don't. Oh, nobody want to hear that. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material good? Come on. Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby.
And our guests are here. They just had a chance to see that video, and we have with us Chef Narika, owner of Gumbo To Go, Craig Joseph, owner of This Is It, and Dr. Tim Waugh, author of The 3-Day Getaway. We are glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. We're looking for some honesty and get to the heart of the issue. So, Dr. Waugh, when you had a chance to look at that video, what were your thoughts? Did you agree, disagree, or is there a middle ground in there?
There's still some middle ground, but for the most part, I will not absolutely shun what he is saying. He actually has a very good point. And the thing is, and I really want to express that quality and the actual customer service is with all businesses. It just happens to be if it's an African-American business. And from there, you do want that particular piece to shine, and it's a reflection. But for the most part, when you got individuals that, I'm talking about businesses, when you got individuals saying that 53% of many of the businesses, and this is in 24 statistics, that they had problems finding qualified and retaining, employees, that in itself kind of tells you that there is a little bit of a problem. But by the same token, how do we overcome that? Let's be our brother's keepers, not our brother's takers.
All right, and we have with us Craig Joseph, who is the owner of This Is It, a legendary Houston restaurant and staple in the community. So, Craig, when you had a chance to view that video of him saying that in some instances, in order for Black-owned businesses to get customers, they what he called hustle the Black community by saying support a Black business, when in many instances, according to him, those businesses are not where they should be in timely delivery of service, quality. Your thoughts about that? Now, I've been in your restaurant and you have cafeteria style, and so the food is right there. And, I haven't had a problem, but your thoughts about what you heard from that speaker?
Well, customer service is always a key. I don't think, there's a situation where we got to hustle folk. I know here, customer service sells your business. But to actually hustle customers or the Black businesses are not where it's supposed to be, I think was kind of berating the Black business owners. We need to be able to still, we want the business, but it appears that a lot of times we just still continue to pull other Black businesses down.
So, Chef Narika, when you hear the speaker in that video saying that some Black restaurants are hustling the community and not doing what they're supposed to do, your thoughts about that?
I feel that there may be some validity to that statement. However, I also feel that as a Black business owner, sometimes we have unrealistic expectations from our Black customers. There are customers that come in and they want to say things like, well, I want to give you some play because you're Black. And then there are those that will say, I want to support a Black business. So I believe that delivery is everything. But as far as just hustling people just because you're Black and expecting them to support you, I don't buy into that. I don't see color when I see my customer base.
And what kind of pressure is that to you when you're hearing people say, well, I only came here because you're Black?
It's a lot of pressure because once they make that statement, I already know that they are scrutinizing everything that I'm doing. They're expecting me to go the extra mile. And I don't feel that it's a genuine support, because it's a difference in saying that, oh, I want to give you some play because you're Black, than saying that I just want to support your business because I appreciate what you provide. I appreciate your service. I appreciate your brand. So it applies unnecessary pressure when they come in with that type of statement.
When you think about Black businesses and the responsibility, do you guys feel like you have a responsibility to the community, or you feel like any other business? I'm out here to put out a good quality product and to make money.
Well, when we deal with our own people, it's a difference because some people look at any level of success as you owe the community something. So sometimes they have unrealistic expectations as to what they want you to give back, what they want you to provide just because you're Black. So I think when you bring the whole Blackness into business operations, it creates tension.
We'll continue this conversation after the break, so stay with us here on The Factor Uncensored. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, where we're exploring the issue of Black-owned businesses and if supporting them is a hustle. Let's continue our conversation.
Dr. Wall, we're going to allow you to step right back in and continue this conversation.
Well, I do believe that there is that question about what is it that you're getting. And I've heard many that would say that they would not, in many ways, support a Black business. But one thing that's really evident is that when you get that quality, when you really get that emotional feeling with that complete service, it's bar none. It's one of those feelings that makes you not only want to come back, they actually do feel that that particular business is that business for them. There are many things that I can't find in the store. There are things that I can't order, but I can find it from a Black business, and I will definitely support, even though there might be a price difference or whatever the case may be. The point is that trying to acquire what I want and knowing that their customer service of I got it and I want you to have it and what can I do for you, we do see more of that coming around, and we do see a lot of that. But I think the stereotype has been such a bad rap for Black businesses for so long that I think that it's time to change that.
And Mr. Joseph, let's bring you back into the conversation. Do you feel like you feel or get more pressure from Black customers where they're expecting, because they're Black, because you're Black, they're expecting a little something extra, more, a discount? Your thoughts on that?
I do believe that, one of the things that I think hurt our Black businesses is that if you had I guess, a disappointment at another Black business, you compare all the Black businesses as the same. You put us all in the same bowl, and we're not in the same situation as some other business that does not care. You take out my business, for instance, we've been around 4 generations, 66 years. And for someone to come in and say they find, it's like they're looking for something wrong. Whether it be a ceiling tile may have a leak, or it may be something on the floor, or you just missed something, but they don't realize, particularly for my business, you hear at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning to try to get ready for opening time at 11 to feed the multitude. And you get one person comes in, they got the cameras out, cell phones is killing all our businesses, and they go on and then they want to try to criticize your business, and within 5-10 seconds, when they don't realize how much you try to please that customer.
And Narika, to wrap us up, what advice would you have for Black-owned businesses in 30 seconds, as well as the customers, in order to make a better working relationship?
Black-owned business owners just need to strive to produce the very best product that they can. As a consumer on the Black side, we need to understand that we are not just supporting just because we're Black, but because we appreciate what they're providing and we respect their service. And I agree totally with Craig. I've had people to come in and actually say, I've came here X amount of times. What can I get for free today? So when he was saying that, I totally agree. And it's unfortunate. But one more thing too is I personally strive not to always hashtag Black owned, because I don't want to make other people feel unwelcome or make them feel like it's just about serving Blacks. So I'm open to everyone.
All right. And to wrap us up, Dr. Waugh, your final word.
Well, for the most part, I mentioned it earlier, we need to be more of our brother's keeper as opposed to a brother's taker. there's just more out there that really should not be taken advantage of when it comes down to the stereotypes. So we just need to change our attitude and realize that it is a business for all and stop trying to look for the hook.
All right. Thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. And of course, you can find these guys around the community. Chef Narika with Gumbo to Go, Craig Joseph, This Is It. Everyone knows This Is It. And Dr. Tim Waugh, you can find his latest book, The 3-Day Getaway, focusing on couples on Amazon and many other outlets.
We'll be back with more Factor Uncensored in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.